Look, I thought I was good and ready on mute.
What?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Old School versus New School. I was back there jamming, y'all, because y'all know in business you have to upgrade, you have to update all the time. And I feel like this intro right here is cool. Like, I don't want to change it.
You don't want to change it? Well, it's still hot. Why you have to change it?
I love it.
Yeah, the intro's still hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Sunkissed. And hey,
loving the glasses.
Listen, it's bright in here. I got a hard stop. I'm taking my baby outside, so I am not fully prepared, ready, dressed yet.
That's not the real reason why you're wearing the glasses. I'm not going to blow you up on the air. So
what? These people know I don't lie. Y'all see the light is bright in my face.
Nicole high as a kite. Her eyes bloodshot red, so she put those on.
They know you a lie. I don't even smoke. I am a whole artist. You will not tarnish my vocal cords, okay?
I would not lie to our viewers.
So take it back. Well, let me put the thing up here because he's starting early now. So let me just go ahead and have this on standby today.
Oh, look at this already. We ain't been here 5 minutes.
Well,
oh my goodness.
We have a special guest today. Hey, Jay. Hey, if you guys are not subscribed to Just Jay and Sunkiss, make sure that you guys subscribe. Y'all know how I feel about support over here. And speaking of support, one of our faves is here today.
Yeah.
Back.
Favorite.
Hey, Miss D. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Miss D as well. But like I was saying, we have one of our faves in the building. We're going to get into some sticky topics today. So I can't wait to see what he has to say about them.
Yeah, our guest is very opinionated. So I'm eager to hear what he has to say about these topics.
Yes. So without further ado, let's just go on and bring him up. Hold on. Let me get the stage right. Boom. Hey, Ron.
How y'all doing? It's been a while.
Yeah. I know, right? How you been?
I've been real good. Been blessed, definitely.
Yeah. Ron, the Dapper Don. What's going on?
Been good, brother. You been all right?
Yeah, I've been good, man. I haven't talked to you in a few months, but I've been following you, your life and stuff on Instagram. So it's all good. You look good, man.
Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We got some topics here. I was like, we gotta have Ron on this. You know what I mean? Because last week we had Cookie on, and we got into a few things. And I said it would have been great if we had you and Cookie on, but this week we got you on. Get your opinion on a few of these subjects. So
I got you.
Yeah, shout out to Keena. If y'all missed it, go and hit the replay.
Absolutely. Yep. Hit that replay. So I know TheeEnicole got a couple of video clips to play to kind of get you queued up. Do you have them, or should I just say the subject matter? You got them?
Oh, now, Alex. Y'all see how Alex be trying to play me like I'm not a professional? Okay. What's wrong with him?
I told y'all why she wearing them glasses. I done told y'all already.
And he admitted he lied. So let's moving on to the videos.
Would I lie with Ron on?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here's the first one. If you guys are not familiar, I don't know how y'all wouldn't be, but this is about Future and what's Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, yeah.
I don't understand why men have so much smoke for Russell Wilson for being a good father and a great husband to somebody. I don't understand why y'all mad about that.
Because
why y'all mad?
I'm gonna tell you why people be mad. If people be mad, it's because of the extraness that he does that almost like to try to lift his profile the way he look up and diminish the father. So
or is he just telling the truth of the fact of the matter?
That may be the truth, but it's too much credit given on that end because I've been a stepfather, but you get extra points for doing what you was gonna do anyway. yeah, you know, they'll say things like, "Oh, I see your kid more than you." Well, you have to go home, and he lives in your house. So why are you getting so much credit for going home? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That doesn't mean you're actively doing.
That's different.
That doesn't mean you're actively doing anything. Okay. Oh, look at him throwing football with. Okay, you literally had a game that day, and your wife took the kids to the game where you didn't do anything out of your normal realm. Now, meanwhile, the father has to do things outside of his normal realm of his life to even be there in any moment is an extra move. So what I'm trying to say is, so when you try to post and sub dudes and be like, I'm doing this and I knew it was, that's lame, bro, because you know you with her. You're with her. You're literally with her every day. That's your wife, and she's with her kids. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you don't get no credit for going home. You don't get no credit.
They do. You take credit for going home. You just going to your house.
Yeah. And if you don't do this, if you don't do.
Hey, everybody coming in. So what y'all think about that? Because
yeah, I'm gonna let our guest go first. Ron, what are your thoughts on that? Is Russell Wilson doing too much in regards to Future and his son? And so is he going out of his way to kind of trump Future, in your opinion?
Yeah, I believe so. It's kind of how that game goes, right? Because there's a saying that's out there on the internet that being a stepfather is it's the least rewarding job on the planet, right? And that's not good for single mothers to try to sell a guy on a stepfather position, right? If everybody's saying there's no reward there, you don't get a legacy. You don't. The kid doesn't have your DNA, doesn't have your last name, doesn't have this. Your reward is supposed to be the woman. You're supposed to be there for the woman. You help take care of the kid to help the woman. It really shouldn't be, if the kid has a father, your role should be kind of more in the background and let the father do what he's supposed to do. Because I deal with this in my own personal life. I deal with this with my brother on the stepdad situation. And it's all fun and games until that kid needs a liver transplant. You're gonna, as a stepfather, you're gonna give him that, or you're gonna say, "Oh, you got a father, let him do it." Or, in Russell's situation, it's not a money situation, but in other people's situation, when that kid needs some real money, or there's something really happens to that kid where he really needs to get bailed out, everybody's gonna be looking at the father, not the stepfather. But that same stepfather be getting all the kudos, all the points, all the admiration and stuff from all those other years. And he's been getting that because the mother is going to project that to him to make him feel special because he came into a situation as a stepfather and she's trying to make it as a rewarding position, but it's not a rewarding position.
Then what should he do? I mean, he is a positive influence on the boy. He's there every day. He's actually married to the mother, something that Future would not do. He would not marry her. Okay, so I guess Russell Wilson's doing all the right things, but he receives a lot of hate. And I feel sometimes he goes overboard myself. But he wants to show that he's devoted to his family, and he wants to show that in public. And
because it's easier for him to say, "This is my son." It's easier to say, "This is my family." It's easier on your household as a man. Let's just keep it real. But the fact of the matter is, that kid's name is a whole nother man's name. That kid, when he grows up, is going to have the rapper going to have way more swag, or even the ex-rapper by that time, than the ex-football player. That kid's going to want to be like his father.
I got a question though. Why do you feel like Future wasn't going to marry her? Like, I feel like Future still hurt over that, because I don't know if you've seen this interview where Future was on there and he basically said he manifested Sierra. Like, Sierra was his dream girl. Why you don't think that he was going to eventually marry her?
Who are you asking, me or Ron?
You the one said that he wouldn't marry her.
Well, I just think that he took too long. See, there's such thing called an engagement ring, right? And in some cases, it's a shut up ring. I've seen this far too many times in my life. I've even done it. When a woman want to get married to you, you don't really want to get married to her, but you want to keep her hanging on to the hope. So you buy her an engagement ring and say, here's a ring. We're going to get married one day, blah, blah. And 5 years later, she's still wearing the ring. So I don't know if Sierra gave him an ultimatum. I just feel like he may have been taking too long. He's in this rap culture. And she was ready to change her life because as soon as she got with Russell Wilson, she started dressing different and behaving different. You know, when she was with Future, she was very revealing in her dress, different types of behavior. So different guy, different behavior, different leadership. So I don't know if he's going to marry her or not, but he didn't. He was slow to the plate, and somebody else married her.
And that's not the point. She picked the right guy. Let's just call it buck. She picked the right guy. But he could still show some respect to that kid's father and say, hey, you know, what your dad say about this? Or, you know what I mean? Like, he's not doing none of that. This is my kid. Like, you just can't take another man's legacy. That's not there. Yeah, none of your DNA, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand it's better for your household to treat all the kids the same as in those situations, but that kid has a very successful, rich father who cares about that kid, and you're trying to make it seem like it's something different, and it's nothing different than that.
Yeah. You say stepdad is a thankless job. I've been a stepfather, very successful stepfather. And although, you know, my second wife, she's no longer with us, you know, God rest her soul, I'm still very, very close to my stepson. We have a very close relationship. He has 3 children that I consider my grandchildren. You know, I always send money and do grandfather things. So in that regard, for me personally, it has been very rewarding. Okay. Him and my biological children are extremely close. But I never tried to trump his dad. And I've never tried to go out of my way to say, this is what I'm doing and your father's not, because his father was in his life.
There you go.
Okay. So I never went out of my way to do that. Anytime he said, yo, I'm going to my dad. All right, cool. I never tried to stop him from doing that. I love you too, Story Sunshine. I never tried to stop him from doing that. So is it really a thankless job? Is Russell between a rock and a hard place, or he just needs to tone it down a little bit?
He just needs to tone it down. His reward is Sierra. And I understand you're doing what you did is what Russell. We ain't seen Russell do it yet. We haven't seen Russell give any praise to Future as a father or say, hey, that's his son or anything like that. He's been taking, that's my son. I'm throwing the ball with him. I'm doing this. He's been doing too much. That's all.
I didn't know that people really thought that.
What you say, E?
I said I didn't know that people thought that Russell was doing too much. So you just sent that to me. But I hear Ron kind of like echoing a lot of the comments. And I guess it's because I don't pay Sierra and them no attention, maybe no shade or nothing like that. But I don't know.
And I don't know if y'all seen this. I don't know if you've seen this, Ron. Supposedly, I haven't seen it either. Supposedly, Russell Wilson has a picture of Future's son. I guess he was a baby, but he's holding him up naked. You know, and it's a public picture. You know, people always hold kids up naked and stuff when they're infants.
I didn't do that.
But it's like, why would you do that? You know, publicly or whatever. Why would that picture even be out there? And if now Future come at him to kick his ass, everybody mad at Future. You know what I mean? But I think that's definitely crossing the line.
Some of this stuff is not deliberate. I'm in a situation now with my kid where I was in a situation where when I was dating the mother was married and never told me. Husband stayed. So, but I'm thinking the husband is doing extra and stuff like that out of love for my kid. Come to find out, a lot of the stuff the husband's been doing has been to get back at me. And I'm like, hey, I didn't know you were married. I didn't know you were in a picture. I don't have anything to do with this, but he still feels the type of way. So if you think that Russell don't feel a type of way about Future, or that Sierra definitely doesn't still feel a type of way about Future, and some of this stuff is deliberate, you're out of your mind. It's petty stuff going on here.
Yeah. It's a lot of pettiness, a lot of bad blood. anytime you ask Sierra about Future, she just
she don't like him. And then Russell, he's so opposite of Russell. Russell don't like him either. You could tell. So the best way to get back at a father who already has money, like the best way to get back at him is put him on child support and take his money, like they do most of the average black men in the country. But when you can't do that, the best way to do it is to take your legacy, and that's what they're doing to him.
Yeah.
And y'all really think this?
Oh yeah, that's how it goes down. People don't want to talk about it. This is like the unspoken word. Like I said, I'm just learning it right now. It's happening to me.
I mean, I know in real life, but like I never heard nobody. But I'm not talking about the other baby mamas in situations with Future or whatever, because we know he deal with some crazy chicks. I.e., the girl who impregnated herself.
Yeah, he got 50-11 kids. So
yeah, but I never heard nobody say that he wasn't being an adequate father to Sierra's son.
I mean, I never heard that other than the fact that he's not married to her. I've never heard the fact that he was a deadbeat or nothing like that. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's a deadbeat because I don't know that. But what I'm saying is, like the gentleman was saying, you can't get credit for doing what you would do anyway. You see the kid more because he lived with you. You got to go home. You know, you're a football player. If the kid is at the game throwing the ball around, you had to go to work. That's your job. So of course you're going to throw the football around with the kid on camera because they're both very public figures. Okay, NFL is a huge, huge franchise. Russell just signed with the Steelers yesterday. Okay, so and Denver Broncos still owe him $85 million.
Not a money situation.
Okay, so it's not a money situation. I guess unless the two guys trying to get together and measure dicks or whatever, because sometimes that happens. I got more money than you. I got more fame than you, whatever. But I think on the surface, Ron, or underneath or whatever, the kid is getting love from three adults that really love the child. And I think that's what really should matter.
No, because the kid
getting
confused is what he's getting, and that's not no good for a kid's psyche. Then you're pinning the dad against the stepdad. It does end up being a problem when that kid get older. But the problem is this: Future can't spend as much time with the kid as Russell can because Russell don't have to deal with Sierra. People don't understand the mother plays a role in this. And when you don't have a good relationship with the mother, you can't see the kid all the time, or it's hard to deal. You got to deal with the mother first before you can see with the kid. Sometimes you don't have the patience or the psyche to deal with that mother on that day. So you're like, man, I don't see the kid this week. I don't want to deal with Sierra. Oh my God, I'm going to call her up and ask her the kid. Is she going to get in her mood and everything like that? And I'm feeling good right now. And when I'm done with that conversation, I'm going to be feeling down. And I just don't want to deal with it. Russell don't got to deal with that. That's his wife. So sometimes when you're dealing with a mother who does not like you, and we came to the conclusion that she doesn't like him, it makes it difficult on that father seeing the kid. If you want your original father to be a better father, you got to treat him better as a mother sometimes.
Yeah.
This is how that works.
And I've been in that situation, Ron. I've been through the family court system, and I know how they treat us. And I know that, in my first marriage, I was very young. She was very young. So I was a chronic cheater, right? And we had 2 children, and I would just cheat all the time, whatever, right? But I was never a bad father. My children adored me. To this day, they adore me. They're grown as hell now, 33 and 25, 33 and 27. And they adore me. You know what I mean? I've never been absent, okay? However, because she was upset the way the relationship ended, because I was such a cheater, the best way for her to get back at me is to go through family court and hurt me and hurt my pocket and hurt my, my character. And, that you go into court, these judges see you as a deadbeat. Nobody knows you, but they just assume if you're in child support court, you're a deadbeat. You don't want to see your children. You don't want your children. And I had to go through all this stuff, man. So the system is not there to repair families. The system is there to play bank, collect money, put interest on that money, late fees on that money, administrative costs. This is how the city and the state makes money off your child support. And the kid actually gets it last. This is what women don't understand when they play this game. If the city and state take their money first, then they send whatever they want to send to the kid.
Yeah, but this kid gonna be rich. But the fact of the matter is,
that's a fact.
Yeah, this kid gonna be rich. But it is accountability on Sierra, where she has to say, and this is a woman thing, and I'll ask Nicole on this, where's
the E?
No, I'm asking the question. I'm like, because like every time that Sierra has to deal with Future, it's a reminder that she dealt with Future. That she has to take accountability that I had a kid with this man. And in the front of her so-called good husband now in there, but he's the reminder every single time. He's the accountability. So she's like, I'd rather not deal with him. I don't want to feel like I was accountable for having a kid with that guy. I don't like him. He's this and that. So I'm just going to stay over here. But you got to deal with him because he's the father of the kid. It's his job to have input in that kid's life and father and things of that nature. And they're over here acting like they don't need him.
Right.
So where's the accountability is what I'm kind of asked from the female nature of saying, hey, I made a kid with this kid, with this guy, whether he's good or not. I made a kid with him. He's the father. I now I have to deal with him because that was my choice to spread my legs and have a kid with this guy.
Yeah, and EsessionByEnicole, you know that women weaponize child support court. They weaponize the custody of the child. They weaponize those children when they're angry about how the relationship ended and how things came about in the relationship. They weaponize those children. A great majority of the women, I'm not going to say all, but a great majority do. So what are your thoughts? Don't just rub your face. What are your thoughts on that? I want to hear what you got to say, EsessionByEnicole.
I'm getting my mind together because Ron left my E off. Laughing at him in the chat, but I'm gonna let Ron slide because he haven't seen me in a long time. So,
all right,
no,
Ron.
Women,
Ron, put the E in there, Ron. She's gonna make excuses not to answer this question.
Women absolutely. Some women, because y'all know how we feel over here about all and most and stuff like that. There are bitter women who play the kid game, but there are men that play the kid game too.
In what way?
There are single fathers out here. There are fathers who are in better positions that can play the court games and stuff like that. It's not very publicized. It happens, but there are absolutely women who play that game, and it's not right on either side. No matter what kind of game it is, whether it's the actually seeing of the child, because in our actuality, the quality time, the bringing up of the child, those things are more important than monetary. However, monetary is necessary. You know what I'm saying? But in my situation, personally, I'd rather you come and spend time with her than give me some money because I'm gonna make the money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think it's very unfortunate all the games that are played when it comes to the kids, because while these bitter adults are playing all of these stupid ass games, the child is the only one who suffers anything.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, I was just saying from a female standpoint, where is it the situation where the female goes to the new stepfather and say, yeah, I understand that we got our household and things of that nature, but I have a responsibility to this kid's father because I laid down and had a kid with him. So therefore,
that's absolutely how it should be.
Yeah, I have some accountability to this guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, that if it strokes your ego wrong or things like that, it ain't all about you all the time, but I do owe some responsibility to this guy because I did have a baby with him. And I think
a lot of times that what Alex said earlier, it comes into play sometimes because it's so many ways that the scenario can go, right? I feel like on one hand, like some men, the wife don't want to do that because she don't want her man to feel no type of way. But at that point, the feelings got to go out the window because it's about the kids, especially if he's a stand-up father and he want to be in the life of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should not play around with that to spare somebody's feelings. Because if that's really your husband and he care about you and them kids, then he knows that them kids came from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. That's
you know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, you may have, like you said, they don't get along with each other. So then that's where the game plan comes in. Like, she's not answering the phone when he calls to get his kids, but she's posting pictures of them on the lake or, you know, at basketball practice, whatever, posting to get a rise out of the baby father. Like that, all of that stuff is so stupid to me.
But it's not though. Father don't want to go and look on the internet and see his kid with this new man bouncing on his lap and everybody in matching pajamas.
No, I'm saying it's stupid to me of her to and we're not talking about Sierra right now. We're just saying in general. Those games being played by bitter women is stupid to me.
Mm-hmm. But they play them all the time, E.
Yeah, I know.
But she just needs to say, hey, and this is with women that are single mothers and they're dating and things of that nature. It's hard to sell the stepfather thing.
That part.
What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to you got to put in more work as a woman and say, okay, hey, I'm coming to this relationship with some kids. He might not have no kids, but hey, I'm gonna cook more, clean more, do this more, you know what I mean, more to make up for the fact that he's gonna have to be here for our kids and the father's still involved and then he has to deal with this situation. And it is a situation, and I am going to have a father around. I do owe the father to be around his kids and things of that nature, and it might stroke his ego wrong, but I'm going to make that up to my man because he's here for me, not necessarily my kids.
So in this instance, Ron, do you feel like it's Russell Wilson that's playing the games and putting things on, or do you fault Sierra?
I fault Sierra. I fault Sierra because Sierra needs to nip that in the bud and say, come on, man, this kid's name is Future. Future, they're like, you know, we can't be on the interviews and doing this to his father like that. I might not like him. I might hate his guts. But I did have a kid with this man, so I do owe him some kind of respect in that regards when it comes to this kid. So we got to chill. And Russell will chill, you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, and then you can tell that Russell don't like Future because they're so opposites. Future is known as like the cool guy. Russell was the lame. And Russell's been getting that his whole time. That's why he's trying to change his persona a little bit. You see Russell now trying to be in the magazines and that cool and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why he got in trouble with his last NFL job and got cut because he's doing too much.
Oh, for real? See, I don't know none of this. What happened?
Well, he was never in trouble. He just was doing a little bit too much. His ego got the best of him, I think, in Denver, you know, and especially in the beginning, and it affected his play. And
he wants to be a pop star now, you know what I mean?
He want to be a pop star, you know what I mean? And
Payton wasn't playing that. That white man was like, I got a certain quarterback. He needs to be
pop star.
Yeah, you know, it got the best of him. He came from Seattle, very successful. So he went into Denver with this bravado, like, I'm Russell Wilson. I won a Super Bowl. I was with a great team. He carried his credentials with him, but the NFL, like any other businesses, what have you done for me lately? Can you do it here? Okay, and he hit a wall in Denver. And then when the new coach came over there, he really wasn't dealing with that kind of bullshit. Him and Russell just did not get along. And he got cut, but they owe him $85 million.
They got to make some money.
So he got to pay him.
She helped his career at first because, and I know this from my friends that played in the NFL at the time. Russell was known as a coach's pet, a geek, a lame, a nerd. And this is gladiator reveal. This NFL. These are the gladiators. These are the cool guys. These were the football players in high school and things of that nature. And they didn't respect them that much. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but now you got Sierra, and all the NFL players or black dudes dreamed of Sierra on stage when it was there and said, okay, dang, you pulled her. Now we got to give you some more respect because men will give you respect if you pull up with a baddie. Even if they think you're lame, they can't say nothing. Well, that lame got a baddie. What am I going to say? So now he's starting to get some admiration and respect in the locker room. Okay, he can't be that bad. He's got Sierra and things of that nature. So then they're working with him and everything is fine. But now you done changed up your persona. You know, she done got you changing your clothes, the way you talk, your hairstyle. Now everybody blowing your head up that you're this great father and super husband and you're playing to that persona. This is a little too much. Like, who's the real Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta put out my shameless plug. Y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to Mac, y'all. That's bro over here. That's our brother. Make sure y'all subscribed over there on his channel.
Cigar Chats. Cigar Chats with Mac. He be talking to some great people over there. Yeah. And Mac is a good dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we also got Third Ward coming in here too. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Third Ward and For the Record TV.
Man, I'm trying to be like Mac when I grow up, man. He be hitting that gym hard, looking good. I gotta try to get with Mac.
You know, but I didn't know about all of this old stuff about Russell. Like,
yeah, Russell,
you don't follow it.
That's why he's getting that hate, because we know who Future is.
Right.
Good or bad, we know what you're gonna get with that and what he is. Russell Wilson's kind of like Derrick Jackson. Like, you don't know what you get.
Derrick Jackson, damn.
Yeah,
damn.
This guy. Like, really?
Damn.
You was with the white girl at the college stand kissing you. Then you here, now you there, now you on there going.
That's funny.
Go Broncos. Who are you? Like, we know Future is popping pills and talking to chicks and impregnating people and rapping and doing we know what he is.
Yeah.
We don't know Russell like that.
You know what Future's about. You know, Percocet, never chase a chick. Percocet.
Oh, Future ain't changed, though.
That's the only song he know, y'all. The only Future song he know.
Oh my God. But
all right, let's shift over to the next video.
I just want to say one more thing, before we shift over. One more thing. Ultimately, the curse of the stepfather, no matter how good a stepfather you are, and I pride myself on being a great stepfather, ultimately, when that child gets big enough to start smelling themselves and they want to do what they want to do, but no, they really can't because they still have your rules and regulations, ultimately, the first thing out their mouth is, "You're not my father." You know, it's like, that's a reality. You know what I mean? You've done all of this for this child their entire life, and as soon as they start smelling themselves, the first thing they say is, "You're not my father." You know, so this is why Ron says it's a thankless job, because you got to deal with that in the future when this child gets of age.
Yeah, the stepfather of my kid ever puts his head on my kid, I'm taking a plane. I'll be there in less than 8 hours. We got a problem.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that. I'm not giving you that jurisdiction to do that. So they have rules and regulations onto that kid where you wouldn't have that if that was your own kid. So it's different stuff involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure y'all are subscribed to Bronze as well, y'all. Sub up to each other, please. Support.
Yeah. So we got another video, Ron, that's equally riveting. I think you'll love this one. This one may be triggering for some of the women, but go ahead, Nicole, play this next video.
Mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you, because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on 1 person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
Oh, no, hear me out. Hold on.
Wow. Ronald?
Not Ronald.
What are your thoughts on that, bro? Because that's a mouthful there.
Now, here's the thing. There's a man for every woman. Let's just keep it real.
Okay.
And I believe there's a man that would go into her situation with the 7 kids and love her and enjoy being there and make a household with her out of that situation. The problem is, what is this man going to look like and how much money he's going to have? Because the guy who's going to come into that situation with a woman and 7 kids has to be dreaming of having sex with this woman. That's how lower on the totem pole he has to be. Like, he has to be like his Beyonce. Mm-hmm. So him to be willing to even to go into that situation. So let's say if she's let's give her a 8 in looks, whatever. For him to be dreaming up, he's going to be a 5. And his income level is going to be where he doesn't have supreme options. So he's going to probably be an average earning man, which is what, $45,000 a year. So when you take a man that's looking like a 5 in looks, that's making $45,000 a year, and bring him into the household of 7 and love him and treat him right as the king of that household, that's possible. Because these women's expectations is what they're not telling you. They're saying, oh, can I just find a man that come in with 7 kids? Yeah, you can. But you got to get all these new expectations out the way, because you're not going to get those with that. This is what you're going to get. You're going to get a man that looks like a 5 in looks, who looks up to you as the pride.
Damn.
Who's making average income.
Why he got to be that?
Because he has to look. No guy is on your same looks level and has an extreme income. Is going to go into that situation. He has better options.
But what if he meet her and he fall in love with her? I don't understand why people don't think like anything is possible. I just feel like anything is possible. You never know. Like what's somebody's connection gonna be.
Ron led with that. He did say that. That's the first thing he said.
I'm just saying this is my part. So we can agree, because we know we don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that. The fall in love thing, that's cute. That's fine. But it's work. The work. He has to be willing to do the work. And the guys who's willing to do the work is, for a man, is a guy who has admiration for that woman. He's like, he puts her on a pedestal. I'm dreaming of having sex with a woman that looks like her. So a man who's dreaming of having sex with a woman that looks like her looks like that. He's below, you know what I mean? He's way below. And that's his dream. So he's like, I'm willing to do anything to be with her. And I'm willing to put in the work with these 7 kids and do whatever I got to do and babysit and do anything like that just to get a chance to sleep with this woman at night. And those are the ones that are going to put in that type of work in that situation. Any other guy, he might like her, he might fall in love with her, things of that nature, but when it's time to do all that extra work with them 7 kids, he's going to be like, it's an easier job out there somewhere with another woman. And eventually, I think he'd leave.
Yeah. I'm gonna start like Ron, okay? Because there's no question that she can find love, she can find a suitable mate with her situation the way it is. But the pickings are very, very slim. The pickings are very slim. Like Ron said, she's gonna find a very average guy, at best, because men have all the options just based off the numbers. There are more women than men, and the affluent men are the ones, they want model type chicks. They want the actresses. They want, these supermodels. This is the kind of women that they want and that they have access to. So they typically don't want a woman that's 33 years old with 7 children. Okay, the pickings are slim. Now, if she's looking, ordinarily I would say, okay, she's done. She's totally done. But you know how she's done? She's done with men in her age range. A 28 to 35-year-old man, other than looking to smash her, he don't want that responsibility. She's going to have to find probably an older guy, 40, 45 plus, that's mature enough, who's made enough money, who understands these kind of things, that's going to love her and take on that responsibility. The question is, do she want a man significantly older than her, even though he can provide stability and probably the money to go along with it?
I don't think you got to be necessarily older, because let's just face it. There's some men out here that are not having sex. There's some men that ain't had sex in 2 years, 3 years.
Sad.
it's some mildly unattractive men in the world. Let's just keep it real. And them guys would take her on with 14 kids. If they get a chance to get that nookie. I seen the girl with that sex hook a man to do some incredible things. And if you got a guy who very unattractive and has not had sex in 3 years, he don't give a damn about them 7 kids. If he can get that every night, he'll take on them 7 kids. Now he's not bringing the income there to take care of 7 kids the right way, but at least his income helps a little bit. Could the woman lower her expectations enough to deal with the situation? Is the answer. Oh, she can get a man. There's some men out here that not every man has all those options. A lot of men out here don't have the game. They don't have the looks. They have no women. And they look at a woman like her. She had a little figure and a little body on her and stuff. Like, oh, I would do anything to be with that woman every night to get a taste of that. And they'll take on 7 kids for it.
But it's just
what those men look like and what they bring to the table on her end as a female. Can she make the adjustment?
That's the thing. It's like, you know, is he going to come in and be the 8th child? Is he going to be a hobosexual? You know, what is she willing to accept in lowering her standards because of her situation? Okay, because EsessionByEnicole, listen.
No, I'm not listening no more.
That's 7 people, and she's 8 that a guy has to come and take on that responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility. It's a huge ask for a guy to come in with none of those children are his. And you know how some of these mothers are, right? You can't discipline these children. You can't discipline those boys the way a man should. Okay, they need structure. They need that. Okay, and if he's going to come in and do that, y'all have to be partners. You can't be like, don't say that to my child. He's not on punishment. You can't protect these guys. You can't coddle them. That's why we have the situation we have today with overly emotional men. We have a whole bunch of homosexuals running around here trying to live with women and get up under their roof. This is the problems we're having because these men get coddled too much by these single mothers. My question to her is, when they asked her at the end, work things out with the father, she, but you had 7 kids with the man. Why couldn't you marry this dude or work things out? What was the issue in the relationship?
What I do need to say is she needs to do something. So I don't care if it is a homosexual. Them homosexuals be watching them kids. And she needs somebody to watch them kids sometimes, even give her a little break or something like that.
Oh
so
my
she needs to bring somebody. She needs some help. She needs to bring some help in the house. I don't care if we bring in $20,000 a year. She needs that 20. And she needs that.
I personally know females who have 7. I personally know a couple of females that have 8, and they have no problem getting attractive men who are over a 5 that are good, that they've been in relationships with.
For bed partners.
They relationship shit, that's their business. But I don't feel like just because you have a certain amount of kids that you just condemn to the ugly men.
No, you can find somebody.
You want to
be a good bet.
I'm talking about a man who's going to marry you, live there, watch them kids.
Yeah, I
feel like they income and put it to the
healthy relationship.
No, you're a bed partner.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's it.
You're a bed partner. Go to sleep. I'm gonna be there around 11:30 at night.
I feel like everybody
movie on, we can watch a little Netflix, and then I'll be gone before them kids wake up.
Right, that's it. And the thing, what is Third Ward saying? I would assume you're over there doing the same. At Kissed. Yeah, at Sunkissed. He's saying that at Sunkissed. Here's the thing.
That's so like what.
It sounds like we're being harsh with her, but for me, if you can lay down and have 7 kids by the age of 33, you 12 plus years in with this man. What the hell was the problem with getting married and structuring that family? You just keep having children? You know what I mean? Because
what if it's twins? It's a lot of twins.
It doesn't matter. It still comes to 7. The math's still the same.
But why is this a ding on her? Because she was in a loving relationship for a point in time and it didn't work out. I mean, don't y'all go through that too? Just because you didn't produce 7 kids.
A man that's coming to the table with 7 kids. He's gonna have to lower his standards.
Right. But it's a lot of men coming to the table with 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's a lot of men coming with a lot of kids.
And they got lower their standards. They ain't about to get no lawyer, no doctor woman, no, they ain't about to get no
right.
woman.
Women don't want that either. Women don't want that either. You know what I mean?
I said get an ugly guy because that's just good advice. Because he's gonna look at her as a prize and he's gonna do more work in that situation than somebody with some looks. So I mean, yeah, I said it not as a ding with her. I said that's a smart thing to do. Find you an ugly man ain't had no woman in a while and put that thing on him and watch him start going hard for them kids.
Yeah, because see, that's the problem right there with Ron talking about. Everybody running around mad because they're ugly. Okay, and if you don't believe,
mad because they ugly,
If you don't believe me, follow an ugly person home. Another ugly motherfucker gonna open the door. Okay, but then again, might nobody open the door because don't nobody want to live with an ugly motherfucker. So you have to. I'm just look at E. I'm just messing with you, E. I'm just. What's with the disclaimer? You didn't put it up on Ron.
I do not want. Listen, everybody, you get cussed over here. This is the galaxy, but I want everybody to know, everybody is capable of receiving love. There's never a point in time in your life where you just, I don't know, but that was just a lot.
You might have no more kids with him because you already got 7, so you don't need his looks to procreate. Just get your ugly man. And look at the prize.
And Ron, you know what I was facing on the last couple of days on Instagram? A lot of women coming at me on Instagram about this video saying, "Oh, how do you know? Why are you assuming she wasn't married? How do you know he didn't pass away?" I'm like, if she was married, she would have led with that and said, "Me and my husband had 7 children." Right? She would have said if he passed away or not. See, when women do this up and down social media, that's the accountability thing we always talk about women don't like to have. Okay, that's an accountability issue. You're making excuses for her, okay, because you're putting it's called what?
Oh. I was trying to just answer his question on the side. It's called snapback.
Yeah, the snapback coochie. Snapback coochie. So, but Ron, that's what I've been dealing with the last couple of days on IG with women saying these type things.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of women that have kids, a lot of multiple kids, and what they do is they go at it alone, and they feel like, hey, nobody's gonna want to come into this situation. And I do think that's false. I don't want them to do that. I want them to go get some help. So find you a guy that's with it to come in there and add some help in that household.
And birth control.
And y'all try to work it out together and build it up together.
God told us to be fruitful and multiply.
Awesome.
To do that, you have to give a guy a reason and advantage to do that. The easiest advantage is he's ugly, you look good, you treat him good. Or like you said, he's homeless. You got a home, even though there's a lot of bodies in that home.
Right. Because women got egos too, EsessionByEnicole. You know that. Women got egos.
Which means we don't mess with ugly dudes. So why?
Yes, you do. Yes, y'all do.
I don't. So I don't.
I've seen a lot of women with ugly dudes. He laying that pipe.
You never seen me with one.
He laying that pipe right.
He got that money. He's handsome all of a sudden. So I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
He may not have that money, but he's taking on 7 kids. It's worse. He's bringing value.
This is crazy.
That's right, Sun Kiss. Sun Kiss, no, she would have led with marriage. Okay, so she was not married.
But how do we know that they wasn't married, y'all?
He was not. She would have led with that. She would have said, "Me and my husband had 7 children." Blah blah blah. Or he passed away.
Does it matter if she was married or not, though?
Because women always say,
"Yeah, because y'all want to condemn her to the ugly corner."
Well, even if she was married, it don't matter.
What's up, JD?
She still her results are still the same. She got 7 kids. She got to take care of. In a household.
Hey, Auntie Fee.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. It's a lot of content creators coming in. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Auntie Fee. Make sure y'all subscribe to JD. Who else just came in here? They throwing me off with the ugly corner thing. Money Taya in here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my girl Money Taya. Hey, boo.
Everybody can't be nice looking. That's what Ron is saying. You know, ugly people need love too.
But I just don't think that
we should have less options. He's gonna look at her as a prize, even with the 7 kids. And he's gonna come in there and do a lot more work than her trying to find a good-looking man with some money. Like, what's he gonna? He's not gonna do nothing but play with her. He's gonna Netflix and chill with her. So she needs some real structure. She needs some real help.
Yeah. She
I don't agree because I've seen it. Like,
you haven't seen it often.
Depending on, I mean, okay, so I have to bring looks in it because obviously that is a factor, right? The females that I know with that number of kids, they are very pretty. So they still don't have that problem. And I feel like y'all are saying just because the simple fact of the 7 kids is that they're going to have to downgrade to an ugly man. But that's not always the case because you don't know how that man's going to feel about the woman he sees with those 7 kids. He is a factor because of 7 kids, but she's not just condemned to the ugly corner.
Anything's possible.
Here's what makes an ugly man handsome in this situation. Hey, baby, go out with the girls tonight. I'm gonna watch the 7 kids for you so you can get a break and have a good time tonight. Here's a couple of dollars so you get a few drinks. For a woman with 7 kids, that sounds amazing. She's always with those 7 kids. She don't never get a break. You mean she gets to go out and have a normal night for a change, like all other people in her age range?
Why can't a handsome man might possibly do that?
You said what?
Why can't a handsome man possibly do that?
The handsome man gonna stay in a house with 7 kids that ain't his on a Friday, Saturday night.
If he fell for the girl, why not?
The other guy, the ugly man, to do that because he just wait till you get home. You had a great time. You're gonna show compassion to him because he watched the kids for you and stuff like that, and you're gonna break him off for something, and he gonna be happy. That's all he want anyway. So everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
No woman has that problem. That's how I feel. Sunkiss.
No woman has a problem finding a bed partner. It's finding somebody that's going to commit to you and your situation. That's the problem. You know?
My quadruplet said, as a single lady with no kids, I briefly dated a guy with 6 kids, and they had the same parent, which too showed me a level of commitment. I think all situations are different. For the record, I usually prefer to date men without children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because baby mama drama is a headache.
Okay, so let's reverse it because my quadruplet is me and I am her, and so that means that she is attractive and she gave somebody a chance with 6 kids. So I feel like we can't just condemn this woman with 7 kids to the ugly man corner. We just can't do that.
In the man's situation, the kids usually don't live with him, though. It's different when you got to deal with them kids every day.
Mm-hmm.
In the situation.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a fact, but I just feel like
he gets going house out, you know what I mean?
Y'all throwing me out with the ugly man stuff.
Here's the thing. Here's why a lot of men, let's talk about some of the top men.
Oh my goodness.
The reason why they're not getting in relationships is because of one thing and one thing only. They don't want the responsibility. They don't want the responsibility of waking up every day trying to please you and make you happy, especially with all these crazy expectations that's out here in the new age of dating. Now you got to get her hair done, nails done, all this. You got to make sure her emotional composition is right and all this type of stuff. So he don't even want, a lot of these guys don't even want the responsibility of a woman full time, let alone a woman with 7 extra responsibilities to go along with that. It's a lot on a man who still has to work. He still has to provide. He still has to
protect.
He still has to try to.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Well, in what way? Because I would say that
just like that we just said, like my quadruplet is not ugly, and you know that for a fact.
But she didn't stay with the dude.
She does. Well, we don't know why.
She didn't stay with the dude.
But that's not what the comments talking about. The comments talking about the initial chance, right? Mm-hmm. And she doesn't have any kids, so she gave him a chance with 6 kids. But you know that she's a woman and she has certain qualities and integrity and things like that. So she's saying that as women, we give a lot of chances to men that men wouldn't give to women. And that's true.
I really agree with that when it comes to cheating. Women are more forgiving in that regard than men. I would say that.
I would say that in a lot of different areas. I.e. the damn kids. Because niggas be coming with 17 kids.
I wouldn't mind. It'd be different if you got a woman with 6 kids and all the kids stay with their father. So every time you going over her house, you still have a single atmosphere. Y'all still like you do y'all thing, you know, when you over there, and then she just goes and visits her kids, or they come over one week on the weekends or whatever it is like that. There's a kind of a structure there where you can date within that structure. When the kids are there all the time, you got to be living there with that family, and you really there as a glorified babysitter. You're there as help to feed them kids and making sure that you're helping her out. That's your woman. So your job is to help out with them 7 kids that live in the household. And the best way to do that is to live in a household with that woman and their 7 kids. That's your new life. It ain't the same as kids all over the place and he goes and visits them on the week. You know what I mean? And you have nothing to really do that. If y'all hang out, y'all living a single life at his house, Netflix and chilling or making food or whatever y'all doing.
Yeah. To me, the less I got to deal with those kids, the better. You know, honestly. That's a lot of different personalities, man. Are you serious? They're all different. You know what I mean?
So y'all don't want the woman that y'all deal with to then like accept and love y'all kids?
No, if it's 2 kids each or something like that, or 1 kid apiece, great. What if she got 7 and I got 7?
See my kid. You know what I mean? If she don't want to, she never has to see the kid. The kid don't live with you as a man for the most part. She might have to be accepting if we were married down the line. I'll say I'll keep an open house for the kids, or I keep an open house for.
Do y'all see what Third Wars had to say?
I get in where I fit in and accept sympathy and empathy. But cat women give me every decade, because that's about as good as my undesirable self is going to get.
Oh, see, they appreciate it.
Yeah, see,
they got 7 kids.
I don't believe him.
Oh my goodness! And listen, I got E got a hard stop coming up. I want to ask Ron one more question before we get out of here, because there's been a recent statistic, Ron, that said, it was last year. It says that women are filing 70 to 80% of women are filing for divorces, and this is heterosexual marriages, and in lesbian marriages, 72% of them end in divorce. So the question is, are men the problem?
No, I think it's the expectations now have changed from women. And I don't think anybody's able to keep up with the expectations yet because of social media and everything that's going on and stuff like that. Women want, I've seen this in dating and the switch of it. Women want a lot more now. And they think they can have it all. And when they don't get that, they get very disappointed in situations and it gets bad. So it's just like, now all of a sudden where this was good enough 10 years ago, now, oh no, my man has to make this, and I want a guy that's this tall. I want a guy who looks like this, and I want a guy who treats me like this and understands my emotion and gives me gifts and understands my love languages and all that stuff. And this man's like, when I married you back then, we weren't talking about any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We were on something more simple. And like when I talked to my homeboy who's been married for the longest and happy thing, he's like, it really boils down to, do you like this person or not?
Right. Yeah.
That stuff really matters. Do you like the person?
That's true.
Tolerate.
Yep.
The little stuff you're going to tolerate in order to keep your marriage going. But I think there's no woman I know that does not have expectations now within their relationship or their marriage, and it's crazy.
It's funny you say that, Ron, because if y'all do not know, which I don't know how y'all could not, because Ron is not a stranger to the galaxy, okay? But being that you came from Ready to Love on, in my opinion, one of the more genuine casts, like who came to the show for the concept and for what the show really is, looking at newer seasons, especially like present season, it's changed tremendously. And I think what you just said is like one of the reasons it's changed, because these women and this is no disrespect to nobody or no shade or anything. It's just my observation. The women that are on this season are totally different and coming with totally different energy than past seasons. And for me, it's what you said, which is the expectations and even just I hate to say this, women, but it's the masculinity of the women. Like, what? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm gonna tell you, to Ron's point about
he didn't even answer.
Oh,
okay. Well, I know the cast, this cast here, and it's kind of funny that it's a couple cast members on there, and everybody's wondering, like, oh, how's that person still here or have women trying to talk to them? That person is this and that. And honestly, if you look at the incomes, because I know this cast well enough where I know the people's incomes and things of that nature, they are the men with the higher incomes. They are the men that can offer a more luxury lifestyle to the females. And it's kind of what women want, and they want a man to do it. This is what baffled me, right? So I got a side business, a car lot.
You got a side chick? What you say?
A side business.
Alex.
I work my corporate, I own a side car lot. And you know what I mean? Like, working a full corporate position and then doing this on the side can get stressful. So I took a little pause from it, but then I jumped back on it when I was dating the last girl I was dating. And I got it back into it. It was cool. And I was like, you know what? She was the first woman that started asking me, like, oh, why do I got to ask for you to get my hair done? Why I got to ask for you to get my nails done? Why I got to ask for you to fix the car or do this or put something on, you know, my rent, whatever it is. Ask me for stuff. Usually women are not that bold, but she did. So I'm thinking in my head, I was like, I don't want to be asked to be doing these type of stuff all the time. So what I would do is I did a survey and said, you know, I got this car business. I'm pretty good at it. I could teach it to somebody. It's good money. It's cash money coming in. If I taught her how to do it and got her a couple cars, let her flip a couple cars, she'll have all the money she needs to go do all that girly stuff. Buy your red.
She don't want to do that work, Ron.
And that's what I didn't know. I'm thinking I'm giving you the game. I'm giving you the where you can fish, you learn how to fish, so you can eat.
A real woman would have jumped on that and quadrupled that money, though. So
I did a survey, and most of the women said, "Don't you don't teach me."
There weren't women. There was little girls.
You do it. You give me the money. Don't tell me. Don't give me no.
Right.
There was little girls because what happened to the I'm independent and I want to go make my own money. Which one is it? Which one is it? That's what. Don't we talk about this all the time, Alex?
Like,
you know what?
She did get me. She did get me because she said that's like me saying you hungry and me giving you a cookbook to teaching you how to make the food yourself.
but you know, it's just gimme mentality and women's needs and wants, expectations change almost daily, almost all the time. It's like we want four things consistent with almost every man, and it don't change. Okay, we want sex, we want food, we want our remote control for our big screen TV, and we want quiet most of the time. It's very simple. It's very simple. But women's expectations, wants, and needs change all the time, and it's hard to keep up. I can't assume what you want all the time. You're going to have to open your mouth and communicate. Okay? It's like the lady just told Ron, oh, why do I have to ask you to get my nails done? Why do I have to ask? Open your fucking mouth and just ask me, listen, do you have any money for me to get my nails done? If the answer is no, it's no. Don't look down on me if I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Get your own hair and nails done. Shit.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, I date a certain quality of woman who's supposed to be able to afford your upkeep. I'm not dating uneducated women and things in this nature. But now it's like, she's like, this guy will do it. He's offered, you know, so you need to do it. That's the new expectations that's going on these days. And these women, they want hood money too. They like that quick, like they want you with the wad on yourself, and you go, oh yeah, here's 300, go take care of yourself here, or oh, here we're gonna go to this luxury dinner, and here's this, and they feel that's what's making them feeling they're feminine these days, I guess. But it's a lot of a man.
The dangerous, disloyal dude comes with that.
Yeah, and a man, what the men are saying is the key word: is it worth it? What am I really getting out of doing all this?
You're right.
And that's the question. And that's the what do you bring to the table question that all the women are hating that's getting thrown at them that they don't want to answer, and none of them has had a good answer yet. That's where it's coming from. Because the guy's like, if these are the new expectations, and I'm expected to do all this, what am I getting out the deal? And nobody's been able to really answer that question to men. The first woman that can really answer that question is she has $1 million answer.
Look what Sun Kid says. In my early 20s, I had the mentality of thinking that a man is supposed to magically know who I am and what I like or what I want at any given time. And if I had to tell him, something was wrong. And I'm glad she's saying this because most women, not all, we always got to say not all,
next one, Alan.
Think like that, as opposed to realizing that communication is everything and that you have to tell a person who you are for them to make a decision on whether or not you are for him or her. You know what I mean? Everything is about communication.
There was a big thing when that one lady who said a man who's making $50,000 a year shouldn't date. And she started doing the math on rent and utilities and things of that nature. And she goes, her key thing was, how are you going to court me making $50,000 a year? And my answer to that was, you don't get courted. You're not the type of woman that gets courted. You're not a traditional woman. He's not. When men used to court back in the day, they got a wife that cooked 3 meals a day.
Right.
You're not going to do none of that.
Right.
On top of the fact that you're not the A-list top woman, like, why do you think you should get courted? Court means traditional. It sounds traditional. It sounds ancient. Court, to be courted.
Yeah.
That's traditional stuff. You're not a traditional woman. He shouldn't be courting you. Y'all should be building and dating together.
Can I say this, Ron? And me and Nicole been at this for a while now, having these discussions. We had a show called Unrealistic Expectations, right? And I think women expect all of this. And the chat can let me know if I'm wrong. Women expect all this because they know or feel like because they got the coochie and we want it, we'll do anything we can to get that coochie. And I've always said this on this show. If women are having multiple orgasms per session, and I'm giving them 12, 13, 14, 15 orgasms, and I'm busting one nut, you should be taking me out. You should be buying me jewelry. You should be taking me on vacations because you're getting more nuts than I'm getting based off the math. Okay? So they don't put no respect on the penis. They don't.
Jay said not all women.
They shouldn't. Penis ain't worth nothing. Let's just keep it real. It's a dime a dozen.
That's how they feel.
And they're right.
Can you say that one more time for the people in the back?
Y'all stuff is on value thing is worth more, right? A man can stand outside butt naked and say, where are the women at? And no woman's going to show up. A woman can stand outside butt naked. It's going to be a line of men. We get that part.
Yes, bye, Alex.
Women are not understanding.
Look at recent mom said, Alex, bye.
That's my quadruplet.
This is why I don't get about women, though. And here's some advice for the women.
Right, wait a minute. What?
Y'all doing this all wrong. Y'all some women, my mentality is so different. Because you got a man who's stronger than you, who willing to work and things of that nature, and you don't want to do all that stuff. Partner with that man, pour everything that you got in there, helping that man building, and y'all build some stuff together. Y'all, the problem is you're trying to go on this alone or with all these expectations, things of that nature, and you're looking up, and 10 years down the line, you still don't got much. When other couples are building together, they're not thinking about all that stuff. They're getting together. They're taking everybody's strengths and they're parading everybody's strengths and their weaknesses. And you look up, they got houses and businesses and they got cars and their kids are doing this.
Thank you,
and they're looking up and say, yo, we built this together. And we looking at your single ass and you still in an apartment. And you got nice shoes on and you think you live in a certain internet life. Thing and time is ticking. So yeah, you got to get some of that stuff out of your head. Invest in that man. I don't care. Get your ugly man.
No. Y'all was with you until that. Because y'all already know how I feel over here.
Work his ass like Doro. pour into that.
No. Y'all had me until then because y'all already know how I feel over here. Don't expect nothing from no man that you're not willing to do for that man.
70 hours a week, 80 hours a week. Get that man working. Y'all start.
I'm not messing with no ugly men, and that just is what it is. Okay, I'm sorry, but an ugly man. I'm sorry. Hey, antisocial. Hey, King Miller came in here. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to my guy King Miller. Antisocial is in here. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to her. Check her out. Go over there and subscribe. We got to support each other. But no, Ron, you had me until that last couple of sentences.
I'm saying if you can't get a gorgeous man to do all that, get you.
I can. I don't know about other people.
Make him work his butt, and say, "Hey, we got goals to make. We trying to build to this, and you do your part by pouring into him, by using your expertise, by introducing him to the right people that you know, and the stuff that a real woman who's about it knows how to do." And you,
but I feel like the whole. I feel like the whole unrealistic expectations. Because Alex, you asked us the question earlier about the divorces and stuff, talking about who is really the problem. I feel like that unrealistic expectations goes into any type of relationship, whether you like the same sex, whatever y'all doing, whether you're heterosexual, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business relationship. In all situations, if you're not going into it willing to give what you're taking, it's chances that it's not going to work out.
My rule is always this for relationships to work. If both people come in seeing what they can give as opposed to what they can get, you have a much better fighting chance of a lasting relationship. But it's always somebody looking to take, and somebody always looking to give. And there's always an imbalance.
Right.
But let me ask you this, Alex. As a man, growing up, we were never taught that marriage for a man was supposed to be happy. we were never taught that was supposed to be happiness. We thought it was responsibility, dude. That's why we're not the ones doing a divorce. We didn't come in there with the expectation that we was gonna be happy the rest of our lives after we walked down the aisle. That wasn't.
That's why men are. That's why we're never involved in the planning. It's not for us.
Not for us.
That's for the women. There's
no man that ever grew up and told us, "Man, can't wait till you get married. You're gonna be the happiest man in the world for the rest of your life." I've never got that advice from any of the OGs or anybody coming in.
No,
it's never happened. Women have different expectations in that marriage than men have going into it. Because we have a couple bad days or a couple bad weeks where we're like, damn, this is miserable. We'd be like, oh, this probably gets part of marriage.
Right.
Nobody told us anything different.
But
a woman has a couple weeks of a bad marriage, days and his emotion. Oh my God, I can't stand in here. I need to get out of this relationship. This is
they filing for divorce.
Absolutely not.
They filing for divorce.
Than men give.
Over 70%.
Women give way more chances than men give.
Over 70%.
Chances on if a man does something, but if a woman emotionally feels unhappy for a while, as a man, you got a problem because you don't understand that emotion. You're doing everything right, and she just like, I'm just not feeling you. And she's going to want to back out the relationship over that. But she don't even know what her emotions are telling her. She don't even know what it really is. She can't.
Well, she going to cheat.
She can't explain it to you why she's unhappy with you or what's going on. This happens all the time. Now, with men, we get in those same situations, but we can chalk it up as that's just marriage, or that's just how it's supposed to be, or I'm not supposed to be feeling it right now. What's going on here? But I've had women that like, you don't know what's wrong with her. If something's wrong, it's her emotions, and as men, we're not equipped or trained enough on female emotions to be able to decipher what the heck's going on and what to do.
And enough of them don't know what they're feeling to be able to verbalize it.
They can't verbalize it to you. They don't know. They can't verbalize it to you. They can't verbalize it themselves.
Yeah,
so they end up leaving. They end up leaving. And the grass ain't never greener on the other side. So therefore, that's when you get the women get depressed, or they try to come back, or it'd be like some other stuff going on.
Yep.
My quadruplet said we got one life to live, baby.
You got to mow that grass. You got to water that grass too, so it's not always greener. But listen, Ron, you welcome here anytime, bro. Nicole got a hard stop. But we love you, bro, over here, man. Believe that. You know,
man, love y'all too. Y'all my favorites. You already know that.
Yes, and we support you. Before you get up out of here, what you got coming up? What can we support you on?
Like I said, I've been working. I leave out of town to San Diego and LA this week for work. Got the car lot. We got the podcast will be up probably about 2.5 weeks. Good Cop, Bad Cop. It'll be about similar stuff that's going on around this neck of the woods.
Where is it going to be streaming from?
The reunion party. We're bringing the Houston cast, DC cast. We're all going to support them in Dallas. So we'll be doing that. My birthday end of the month. A lot going on. Like I'm being a father, so everything's good. But
where's the podcast going to be streaming so we can support and send people over there?
Podcast will be streaming on YouTube. It'll be on my Instagram. It's called Good Cop, Bad Cop. You never know who's going to be the good cop that episode or the bad cop. I'll probably be
I like it.
And I got very interesting concepts of guests. Like my first person who's going to be doing it with me is actually a white guy who's married. He's owned bars and clubs and restaurants. Actually married one of his waitresses. So this is one of those times where a wealthy white man married a woman who didn't have no money,
nothing.
You know what I mean, or education and stuff, and they're happily married and everything is good, and kind of how that works. And the first episode we kind of done already was
so y'all forget left that out. He could be ugly or he might be a rich white man. Okay.
No, she's like drop dead gorgeous though. Like he's married off the looks, right? And he's older, she's younger.
Again, there you go. There it is, Ron.
Make sure y'all are subscribed to Tay. Subscribe to Tay.
Yeah, so they've been married for a long time. People who thought that wasn't going to work is actually working for them. And yeah, and I've seen those relationships work a lot in marriage. But we were the first kind of episode was about, has marriage lost its importance? Is it important to people? And we were going off 9/11. And I was going off a documentary that I saw with 9/11 where that second plane that was about to crash into the towers, they knew the plane was going to crash. They had internet, they're looking at it and stuff like that. They're already hijacked. They know they're about to die. And it was showing like the last phone calls of the people that was on the plane. And it showed like phone calls of 5 men. And every one of those 5 men could have called, their mother, their kids, their best friend, whoever. All 5 men on that one phone call they had before they died all called their wives. And if they had another phone call to make, they would have called their wives again. So if marriage is so obsolete and not important, why when your last dying moment, the only thing you were thinking about was calling my wife and giving my last wishes through my wife to portray through everything else.
Right.
And the kind of importance of that. And the importance of kind of what marriage kind of is too. Like prime example, let's say my dad. When my dad dies, his wife now, who kind of got in late, she's a very pretty woman. She got in when he was already 60 something, or whatever like that. I'm doing his will because I'm the oldest. She's gonna get the house. House probably worth $2 million. She has a son that he hates. He's not like his son at all. Son don't like him. They don't like each other. But eventually, because that's her part of the will, when she dies, the son's is going to get the $2 million house anyway. The person he doesn't even like. That's how marriage works. Yeah. So a lot of women who are not sticking in these marriages and stuff like that, they don't understand that there's benefits that come through this. Oh, yeah. Through inheritance, through life insurance, through things of that nature that you might need down the line. And it's the way this thing is all stretched out. But yeah, the first episode of that, the Good Cop, Bad Cop, will be about marriage. And
we'll be looking for it, Ron. We'll be looking for that, brother. So thank you for being here, man. Stay in touch. We'll be looking for Good Cop, Bad Cop. And EsessionByEnicole, make sure she's going to watch it with me because we want to be guests over there as well.
You're more than welcome. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all follow Ron. His link will be in the description. Y'all know I don't play around. There was a lot of content creators came in here. Make sure that we're subscribing to each other. We got to support each other. We can't complain that we're not going nowhere if we're not supporting each other. So, Ron, I really appreciate you even messing with me. We've been rocking for a while now, so you got my support.
Y'all need me. I'll set stuff aside and I'll be there for you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. So make sure y'all hit that like button on the way up out of here. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.
This is EsessionByEnicole. You can always call me E, but don't never call me Nicole. Your presence is appreciated. Please be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe. It's always a vibe. In my galaxy.
Hey, it's Sean Dufresne from Ready to Love, and you are watching my girl, TheeEnicole.
Tasha Lyons telling you to tune into TheeEnicole.
This is Samson from Ready to Love, and you're tuned into TheeEnicole.
It's Winter from Love Marriage DC, and you're tuned in to TheeEnicole.